Welcome Srishty to our channel and thank you for joining us and sharing your experience.
Thank you.
Please introduce yourself so that we will get an overview about your profile.
Yeah. So I am Srishty, professionally an undergraduate student in NID Jalandhar, but by interest I am an UX designer, artist and illustrator. I am currently interning with Dealshare as a UX design intern. I have an experience of 1 year interning with Airtel as a product design intern, Hexa as a UX designer, and also Coolidge. It was an unpaid internship. It was just for experience as a graphic designer intern.
Okay.
Yes.
So, how did you end up in designing from the technical? Basically, you are from instrumentation.
Yeah. So I am from instrumentation, very second student in my institute. I was also in coding in ML. In the first 2 years of my college, I was basically trying to code, trying to learn new ML concepts. I was into AI. I practiced everything, but I didn't generated an interest in them, and I was thinking like I was working while coding, I was working while learning ML, or I didn't have a interest. During the starting of lockdown, I basically learned Illustrator. I was into art and design and art and craft, painting and everything since my childhood. So I learned Illustrator and I started designing, basically graphic designing for my college clubs.
Okay.
So from college, designing in college clubs, I got to know that graphic designing is a very good field, and I gradually landed my first internship come experience. It was a internship from my college only. It was a startup in my college, and I got to know about graphic design from that. And I worked as a graphic designer under some senior designers in the college, and from that I got to know that yeah, design is a very good field, and after graphic design we have a very good scope in UI design, UX design. So I graduated, gradually learned everything, and now I am here as a UX designer.
Oh. So, how did you get opportunities in design field and how it is like what was your approach?
Yeah, as I am from an engineering college, so on campus opportunities weren't there, are not there actually. And so I had to look out for off campus opportunities only, and LinkedIn was the best source for it. I explored everything on LinkedIn. LinkedIn was the thing that I used LinkedIn to update myself with the new jobs, with the new product design internships, UX internships, whether unpaid or paid. And I basically toggled upon LinkedIn job notifications, and I used to kept keep my LinkedIn very updated,
Okay.
so that if someone reviews my LinkedIn profile or someone gets to know about myself, so they can see that how I am or what I am doing. I used to update my projects there every time I finished my project, and then I basically turned on my LinkedIn notifications for LinkedIn jobs, and then I also applied on different job searching sites like Hirist and Indeed. But yeah, LinkedIn job has helped me a lot other than the job searching sites, and also I believed in networking a lot. I used to network with people. I used to connect with random design people from companies, from great companies. I used to ask them if what are the opportunities in their company, or how, when do they hire, when do opportunities come. And nowadays, I can see that Twitter, Instagram are also a great source of information like job search, and if they are hiring, they also post on Twitter and Instagram. So
Okay.
these three, LinkedIn, Twitter, and Instagram, is a very good to go source if you want to land anything, like land any opportunity in design, whether it's off campus or on campus also. On campus also they post on LinkedIn.
Okay. So, how
Yeah.
does this whole hiring process differ from your technical profiles?
Yeah. For the technical profiles, we have basically 3 to 4 rounds. First is coding, and then we have apti. It varies from company to company. Then we have technical round, either two technical rounds or three or one, and then HR round. But in the design, first one is resume sorting. First, we have to submit our resume, and then the resume sorting is there. After that, we receive a mail, basically a selection mail for the step 2. And the step 2 is basically a take home design assignment. Some limited time frame is given to us to complete that design assignment. It can be 48 hours, 3 days, 5 days, depends upon company to company and sector to sector. Maximum can be 1 week and minimum can be 12 hours or 24 hours. And this, after this take home design assignment, the third step is a design interview, which can be in many steps. The design interview can also include our portfolio representation. Design interview can also include our design assignment representation, like how we finished our design assignment and what process did we follow, why did we follow that, and how we have ideated in our design assignment and everything like that.
What is the process happened in your previous interns? Like how you got the opportunity and what are the different rounds you had during the interview process?
Yeah. So starting on with my first internship that I did in Hexa. In Hexa, the design process was not much long. It was like I connected with HR on LinkedIn. HR connected with me, and then they reviewed my portfolio. They reviewed my resume. After that, I got a call from the designer from Hexa only, the product head of Hexa, and we conversated on on minimal things like design, or on daily things like what do I do except design and all such things. After that conversation, I received a design assignment, and that design assignment was not that long. It was just a 12 hours assignment, and it was not a basic problem statement. There were 2-3 questions only. The questions are very creative as well. Design questions that I got in the design assignment were: if you find a treasure after we offer you a job or internship, what would you do with that treasure? So my answer to that question was I would probably take that up. Being a human, I am somewhat greedy in this matter. I would use that in setting up an art studio, as I am very interested in art and design. And being a designer, illustrator, and artist, it was my wish to set up a art studio. And the things that I think that we should remember while answering these kind of questions is: be true, because there is nothing more pleasing than honesty itself.
Yeah.
The recruiters aren't basically seeing that what you write, they are judging us on the basis of how true we are. As humans, we would always want more than we have in the present, but do keep in mind that the question statement has an if in it. It is that if we give you an opportunity like this, if we give you a treasure. So this was my answer. And the next question was: if you would be any other living organism, or if you would be an animal, what would you be? So in my case, it was like, if I would be an animal, if I would be, it would be tortoise, as I believing in moving slow but moving with effect. So it was my answer. And the questions can be like, if you are a brand, if you would be any brand, what would be your answer? So I think the points that you must remember while answering these kind of questions are: analyze the sector they are asking in, like if you were a brand or application, song or movie or anything, before jumping into the solution, because these kind of questions are real personality checks. They basically see how you relate yourself with the other living organism or a non-living thing. And basically remember to mention the points that explain why do you relate yourself to that. And it would be good if you relate to the known values of the brand, product, or being that conveys or offers. And the next question was: mention some songs or characters that describe your work ethics. So my design assignment, it was like kuch kariye from Chak De India. It was like I am very passionate in a design, so do I basically sort of keep on doing everything. I don't sit free. This is my thing, and so I dedicated that this Kuch Kariye song from Chak De India is my work ethic kind of song. And for answering this, you can basically write name of the song from the movie or the writer composer, and a true reason that how it describes the work ethics, your work ethics. And then there were questions that what's your most popular and unpopular design related opinion, and how do you want to improve this product, basically Hexa product, if you enter into Hexa. So these were the pretty much questions that were asked from me in the design assignment.
This design assignment is something like they have given 12 hours for you.
Yeah, yes, 12 hours were assigned, and it was like do as much questions as you can.
Okay, so
There was
that.
no limit in it. It
Mhm.
was like do as much as you can, and we'll judge you on the basis of truthfulness, on your honesty, and on the basis of innovation in your answers and creativity you show.
Okay, so totally how many questions were there and how many you were able to complete it in 12 hours?
There were 6 questions, and
Okay.
I completed all the 6. And the questions were relatively easy,
Okay.
as they were judging my creativity only. So I creatively answered all those.
Okay, so what is the next step in this process, and what is the interview you had, and what are the questions they asked during the interview?
In Hexa, it was a minimal conversation after this. They just asked, why did I answer like this in the design assignment? They just asked, why this animal, why not that?
Mhm.
And it was a general conversation with the senior designer.
Okay.
After that, I got an HR call, and yeah, I was selected for the interview.
Okay. Please tell us about the experience and the learning you had at Hexa.
In Hexa, it was a great learning, as first of all, it was my first corporate experience working as a designer. Working on the projects individually is very different from working on the project in the company, or working on the features in the company if you are working in a corporate world. So it was a new thing. B2C was a new thing for me. I worked in the B2C environment, and I basically conversated with my end users for the first time. I actually interviewed them for the first time. Though it was a virtual interview, but I interviewed them, and I was only responsible for the product thing in Hexa. So I had a lot of responsibility there. I learned how to take up the responsibility and how to deliver the things on time.
To the next intern, please tell us about the Airtel, where you got the offer, and what are the rounds you have.
Yeah. So this was the best thing that has happened to me in 2021 as of yet. Airtel internship was a very great learning experience. Starting on with my hiring process, I got to learn about Airtel and I got to know about internship through one of my knowns. He is in Airtel. He told that there is an opening for an Airtel internship, and he sent me the LinkedIn link only.
Okay.
So I applied through LinkedIn. I sent my resume and portfolio to the HR, and then I got a design assignment as the second step. In the design assignment, there was a business question only. Like if this is a product, it was like I can't basically reveal the kind of assignment because it was the product from Airtel only.
Okay.
But it was like it is an IoT product, and you have to improve the reports experience for the IoT product in B2B case. So what would you do? It was a problem statement, and I had to solve that problem statement in 3 days. I completed my design assignment. After that, after 2 or 3 days, I received the mail for the another round. That was tech round basically. In technical round, I had a conversation with a senior designer.
Okay.
And with the senior designer, the first thing that we discussed was my portfolio. They viewed my projects, and they discussed that why this project and why this problem statement, what are your solutions, and what is the new novelty in this solution. And then after this, we discussed on the design assignment that why this approach only and not other approach, and how they basically test our skills, that how we follow the process. They don't usually see our solutions, our ideations. They basically see how we approach the solution. They see a process of solving the problem, not the solution of the problem.
Okay.
So we discussed about that, and after that, finally there was they gave me a situation like if this is the case, what would you do as a designer? And there were two situational questions, and first was that if there is a company and they are not using the Airtel product as of now, and you have to make them use the Airtel connectivity product, that is Airtel internet. So what would the changes that you would do in the present Airtel connectivity website, in the present Airtel connectivity feature, and how would you improvise that to provide the product to the user base? So I basically took a certain a set of time, like 10 to 15 minutes, to basically structure my approach, and I thought of some ideations, and those ideations were not very big ideations. Those were like clear small features that can be incorporated in a product to basically improve the experience. And those features were like, we can add the filtration here, we can filter the reports as of now, and these small such features were there. And they, before every feature, like after every feature, they asked me why this feature and why filter here only, why
Okay.
filter not after this step. So yeah, it was a conversation, good conversation, and this was the question that they asked me. And the second question was, it was not from the Airtel product, it was a B2C case. They gave me a random edtech startup, and they said that you have basically worked in an edtech startup, as I was earlier working in Hexa, so I had an experience. So they were testing that what I have learned in the edtech sector.
Okay.
So they asked me that if there is this edtech startup and you have to increase the user base of this, and this is the values that it holds, so how would you do it? And you have a certain set of time also, that you have this 1 month only, and you have to do everything, testing, research and everything in 1 month. So
Okay.
this was the situation, and we were basically discussing. It was not like that I am answering and they are listening to my approach, but we were discussing. They said something and I was like, no, this can also be done and this can also be done. So it was a great discussion. And interviews are basically very good if they turn into a conversation. And my Airtel interview was a clear cut, very good conversation. So yeah, this was my whole interview.
Okay. So when you got the offer and when you have joined Airtel and how many months you have been associated with them?
After this interview, the offer letter took a long time. To be very frank, it took like 15 to 20 days. I almost forgot. I basically lost hope that yeah, I wouldn't get selected in Airtel. But yeah, I suddenly got a mail and I was very excited about that. I joined Airtel on 10th of May. I interned with them for the 4 months
Okay.
in the summer.
What about the next intern Dealshare? Like from where you get this opportunity and how it went?
Yeah, it was also from LinkedIn.
Okay.
I saw a post. It was liked by someone else, and I saw that yeah, this company is hiring. I saw a post. I basically sent my resume portfolio as everyone does, and as I did in last of my interns. I sent them my resume portfolio, and on a Saturday morning, I got a call from a random number.
Okay.
I generally don't pick calls from random numbers, but I don't know why I did that.
Yeah,
I picked up
even from the known people you don't pick generally. Yeah, anyway.
yeah. So I picked up that call, and yeah, that was like, they said I am from Dealshare, and firstly I got scared. Yeah. So then it was a normal conversation. In the Dealshare, they said that they'll give me design assignment after my conversation, and they said that they'll give me design assignment, and then the HR round will happen, and after that you will get a selection letter if you get selected.
Okay.
But after 3 or 4 days, the senior designer called me and they said, "Yeah, we are very impressed by your Airtel work." I sent them my Airtel work, and there was no design assignment as such. In
Okay.
the evening only, I got my HR call and they said, "Yeah, you can join from Monday onwards." And I was like, "Yes, I." So I joined Dealshare on 6th of September 2021, and this is a 3 months internship.
Okay. So it's a paid internship, right? How much they are paying you?
In Dealshare, it is 25K per month. Basically, they increase depends upon the performance also, but it is a 25K per month as of now.
Okay. So I think your Airtel work it has really helped you to get this internship as well.
Yeah, Airtel work has helped me a lot. Like I have even learned a lot through my Airtel work, be it professionally, be it personally. On the professional level, I have learned that Thinking aloud helps a lot. Like if I am working with my teammate, then thinking aloud refines my thought process also, and let the other person know that what I am thinking about and why I am thinking like this only. And the second thing is documentation. Documentation is necessary at each and every step.
Yeah.
And the third thing is writing everything. Like if I am doing something in my design file, if I am working in a team, I have to write everything, because if some other person reviews my design file, if some other person sees my design file, he or she should know that what is this feature for, and what are the shortcomings of it, and what are the user base, and what is everything about it.
Yeah.
So, this was the main learning, because while working in a personal project, I can remember that I made it for this and I did it for this reason.
Yeah.
While working in a team project, it is very important to mention the whys in a written form, because everyone wants to know that what was the why behind this approach and behind this
I
process.
think you guys are well versed with understanding others' work. That most of the time you guys do study with others' notes only for the exam. I'm sure that's not going to be an issue. You guys have already an experience for quite some time now.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah, that's good.
Communication in writing helps a lot. This is
Hmm.
the thing I learned. Like you
Yeah.
should able to communicate your design process in writing also.
Yeah, that's true. Can you give some kind of roadmap for a person who is interested to be an UX designer from scratch? If somebody want to do something, and what kind of projects they have to do, and what type of resources are available in the net, and where they can go, it would be a really helpful for them.
Yeah. So the first and most important skill that a designer needs is to empathize with the users. So empathy is the most important skill, and if you have that skill, you are halfway done for being a good designer. So after empathy, we have to learn certain techniques. We have to learn certain techniques to implement that empathy into our solutions. To implement what we have thought of into our solutions. Implementation can be of any basis, like implementation can be of any type as well. So to learn that, we have to learn certain tools, and learning the tools is not a big thing. A tool can be like Figma, InVision, Adobe, and all such tools are available. So we can learn any one of them, and it would be a great plus to our designing experience. And starting from the scratch, if someone is very new to it, the first thing would be to explore what design is, and what it is, how are the opportunities in it, and how it goes, and what is the process of it. Everything like this, and everything like this is available on YouTube, on Google, or on referential articles on Medium. And also there is a Google UX design course, which is a professional certificate on Coursera, and it is the best course that one could have. At my time, there was no such course, so I had to skip some courses. I had to take on like different courses for different skills. But there is a single course available now on Coursera, that is a Google UX design certification, and it is designed by Google only. And it is a very good course, be it if you are starting from scratch, or if you are halfway into it, or if you are into design field. It is a very good course for you also. And like reading articles on Medium, or reading articles, reading books, basically the design from everyday things is a very common book and a very great book to start a design journey with. And then, like, the first and most important thing also is, rather than reading books only and referencing to articles only, what we have to do is we have to study the world. We have to study people. We have to see how they react, how they proceed, and how they process with the features, how they interact with the applications and designs we are designing. So we have to study the people, and this is a gradual process. Like, not on the first day my designs would be good, and on the first day, like if we are learning, this is basically a learning by doing process. As much as we work, and we learn every day new.
Yeah. Now, so what are the projects you have done during this time, and how it has helped to improve your portfolio?
Okay, initially, first project was my team project. I did it with my friends for a hackathon. I participated in hackathons a lot, and this has helped me to improve my design journey. So this was a team project, and it was based on digital ecosystem, financial ecosystem. And after that, I also participated in one of the hackathons. There is uxhack.co, and there you can get a lot of small hackathons, small challenges, UX challenges. So this improves our thought process a lot, and this improves our speed to do the work. And this is basically a very good learning experience. There are weekly challenges there, so you can go and pick up any challenge of your choice. So I picked up 2 3 challenges from that. I learned through challenges a lot, and there is a scoring also. There is a proper scoring. They tell that what is the weak point in your presentation, what is the weak point in your whole process.
Okay.
So that has helped me a lot. And after these 2 3 projects, I then got my internship at Hexa, and then this process is being followed till now.
Yeah, before closing this session, one very important thing I would like to ask: what about the package in design field? How good when it is compared to the tech field?
Yeah. So packages are very comparable as we see in the tech field. And the average package in the design industry nowadays in India is 6 to 7 lakhs. So it is very good as compared to the technical field. And the verge for this industry and design industry is rising day by day a lot in India. So the average package is increasing a lot. This is the average package, minimum package. But if you are a fresher, if you are entering into a design, a job, if you have a 6 months of experience only, then also you can get 8 to 9 lakhs of a package, very sure. And if you have 1+ year of experience, then 15 to 18 is a very great package in India right now. And this is varying according to time. Like as I am thinking that this will rise up very high in the coming days.
Okay. I think what I feel is like somebody who is really interested into the design field, they look for the profile rather than the package.
Yes, of course, of course.
Yeah, I think
Profile, yeah, working in it is very interesting job. Like every day you have a new task.
yeah.
Every day you have a new thing, and you have to research about it. You have to have a complete summary about everything about that thing, and you work on the problem statement, and it is a new learning every day.
Yeah. Would you like to add anything else or any message for our viewers?
Yeah. There's one line that I have read somewhere. It says that if you hate your most of the designs that you have created, that you have designed, then congrats, you're already a good designer.
Okay.
Because its design journey is rising up day by day. There are new trends coming in, there are trends going out. So you basically start hating your previous designs. So this is a great journey and great learning in it. And the one thing that I also want to mention is that you have to be very consistent in learning design, and it is a learning by doing process. So learning even 1% every day can help a lot in the design journey. Like reading one article from the medium, and uh, reading one article, reading one blog, or reading one page of the book, if you get to know something about accessibility, about design, about empathy, and it is a great start for everyone. So yeah, be consistent in everything that you do, and you are halfway done in being whatever you want.
Yeah. Yeah, thank you, Srishty. Thank you for joining us, and we hope you get PPO from Dealshare, and we will meet you soon with some other experience. Thank you for joining us.
Thank you. Thank you for having me in, and all the best to the Aim2crack team for such a great initiative. And I hope that this interview would help a lot of people out there.
Yeah, thank you.